Hey Leo, this reading is for Leos. Um, the only reason why right now in these specific readings your placement matters is because it's going to imagine a beam of light, and your sun sign is your soul, your moon sign is your emotional state, your Venus is how you interact with love and others, so on and so forth. Look at where Leo is in your chart and apply the messages from this reading to that area of your life. So if you have Leo in your finance sector, in your romance sector, in both places, maybe it's this reading will be about your work and love life. If Leo's your sun sign, then this reading is probably going to be just about you and how you're expressing, behaving, etc. So when you're watching readings, make sure that you're applying the messages to the area of your life where that zodiac sign is placed. Otherwise, it's just puzzle pieces your subconscious has to put together. So let's see what you need to know for today. The Hermit. Leo, you seem to be concocting a plan of some sorts to communicate with either the world or someone, and you're not sure how to do it. You don't know if you should try cleavage, if you should try, simpleness, honesty, so on and so forth. You're kind of by yourself trying to figure this out. Or you think you're by yourself trying to figure it out. But really, what is the Hermit's biggest downfall? What's a Virgo's? Well, let's rephrase this. If somebody spends a lot of time on their own, overthinking, how do you get them out of that? Correct, but not really. The way to get out of that is to get out of that. Just stop overthinking. You want to talk to somebody? Call them. You miss someone? Tell them. You love someone? Express it. You want to take care of yourself better? Take the steps to do so. There's only a time and place to make a plan for only a time and place. After that, you got to put the plan into motion and let the plan change and evolve as it goes. Otherwise, you're just going to be sitting there making plans for decades, and then when you're finally ready, the world has changed so much that you don't even know how to apply the plans you made to the world you're in, because it's changed so much due to how much time you spent by yourself trying to figure out how to fit into the world. So it's kind of like waiting for the tide to come in to surf the tide, but the tide's coming in all the time and you're waiting for the perfect tide. There is no perfect tide. Right now is the perfect tide. Elemental of Earth and Five of Pentacles. Leo, this is giving me the financial vibes. The Hermit, the Elemental of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles. Some of you are going through some financial issues and you're trying to figure a way out of the financial issues, and the answer lies within the earth. It's right under your feet. You want to make money somehow? Contribute to the natural world in some way. Maybe build some birdhouses, or I don't know, like shelters for stray cats and stuff, like those bins you cut a hole into, put some like blankets or something in there, and then just let the cats go in. Three of Swords. Leo, there's so much going on here that I don't know how to bring this message to you. But the people that put the swords in your heart, you're not even taking care of your heart, and there's people stabbing it. Religion, patriarchy, career, etc., etc. you're hurt about something. There's issues regarding finances that you're attempting to make work because you feel like there isn't enough. But you feel that there isn't enough because you've turned your back to the natural world. You're trying to make something work through. It's almost like you're at a factory trying to make a machine work, but you didn't turn the power on. And you're like, why isn't this working? Well, it's not working because you didn't turn the power on. Why isn't anything you're doing to create money or to heal the pain working? Because you're not connected to the natural world. How are you supposed to bring in healing energy when the healing energy comes through you and the earth? If it's coming to you through you, where's it going if it's not being grounded? It's just like sparks, like a live wire. Some of you have something that you want to express to someone else, but there's so many other people in your way that if you don't really make your move immediately in a authentic way, the energy is going to pass and you are not going to want to do it anymore, which is then going to turn into regret because you're going to sit there thinking, oh, I should have just picked up the phone. Oh, I should adjust. Oh, I should adjust. Oh, I should adjust. Oh, maybe you should adjust, shouldn't you? Instead of I should have just done this or that, maybe you should just adjust and communicate. You know, I don't know what this issue is with Leos. And this isn't just about a Leo I was with a while ago, or friends I've had that were Leos, or my brother that's a Leo, my niece that's a Leo. I have tons of Leo in my chart. I don't know what it is about Leos, but there's something about the energy associated with the zodiac sign of Leo, regardless of where it is in your chart, that has you thinking that everything you do has to be so fucking perfect beyond what a Virgo would do. Because a Virgo will plan it, put it into action, and then change accordingly. It's fluid, it's mercurial. A Leo isn't. A Leo wants to sit there and analyze the fucking situation so much, playing out so many scenarios in their head, when the truth and the most simplest answer is always the right one. There is no reason to sit there in candlelight overthinking messages you're going to write, like the scene in The Last Unicorn where Prince Lear is sitting there writing I love you, but he's rewriting it like 27,000 times because the text doesn't look right. Because he cherishes the princess so much that he wants everything to be perfect for her. But while he's doing that, it's like there's pain accumulating, there's silence, there's distance, there's a ticking of the clock, like you're standing in a DMV line waiting to get your ID renewed. All this extra nothing simply because the simple aspect of the elemental of pentacles, the bare bones, basic earthly delight of communication with another earthly being, is denied. You're jumping through all these hoops to express something you're feeling regarding someone, but you're skipping the earth that you're both walking on, and you're not talking to each other because there's pain, but the pain can be remedied by talking to each other. Now, if this is about your work, then maybe instead of thinking, oh, when's my boss going to give me a raise, why don't you ask for one? If you're missing someone and you want to be, or you want to be in a relationship with someone, you have a crush on somebody, something tangible in the physical world where you feel like you've been shut out of. If you want to communicate with them, why go through all the emotional manipulation, planning, plotting, strategizing, gossiping, getting opinions from everywhere else and nowhere else, and denying what it is you really want to do, when everything you're hearing from all these other sources are just hurting you more and more and more and causing you more and more things to analyze and process, when the simple basic truth is exactly what this gnome would tell you. Why don't you just call? Why don't you just say hi? Why don't you start your own business? Why don't you go out for a walk in the forest and find a stick and make a stick figure and give yourself a little chuckle? Why don't you just go sit by some mushrooms and stare at the clouds? Take a break from all the overthinking you're doing. Even me trying to sit here and read this for you, I feel like I'm having to reiterate so much just to get it through your head that you don't have to overthink this. Just do it. Not doing whatever it is you want to do is causing you pain. Overthinking it on how to do it is causing you pain. Attempting to figure out how to get rid of the pain so you can approach the counter without pain in your heart is causing you more stagnation and pain, while other people are looking over your shoulder trying to, figure out how they can take what's yours with their little hands right in your pockets. Ew. Turn your back to the mortal world for just a minute and acknowledge what it is you feel inside you, Leo. And be the Leo that you know you are. This might sting, but you need it. Be the Leo you know you are, but you're not being because you're waiting for somebody to coddle you into that Leo. Oh, little Leo, it'll be all right. It's fine. You'll be okay. Here, have a drink. Here, have another drink. Here, just take a day off work. Here, just sit down and think about it. Just go and meditate a little bit. Just go and do, something. Go do something. Do something. Do something. Do something. No, enough. You've overthought this. You've overanalyzed it. You've watched 1,000 different card readings about this. You're obviously in love with someone that you feel you've been shut out from. Whether you did it yourself or not is irrelevant. What is relevant is the wisdom of the earth coming to you and saying, if you want it, why don't you fucking do something about it? Whatever it is in your life. You want that new jacket? Why are you sitting there complaining you don't have money? Go make some YouTube videos. Go do something to create that money. Don't just think about how you're going to do it. You've thought about it enough. How old are you now? I think almost 41 or 41 now, going on 42. I spent a lot of my years thinking. And I spent a lot of time wasting time thinking. And you know what happened after years of thinking about something? If I would have just done it, I would have spent all those years I spent thinking actually enjoying the results of what I was doing. Mistakes or not, I would have learned. But I spent a lot of time thinking, which in turn taught me to not spend a lot of time thinking. Because when Source talks to you, when you know what you need to do, there's no need to think about it. What you think about instead is how to do it gracefully, maturely, as an adult with wisdom. When you overthink something, it's because your intentions aren't pure and you're trying to figure out a way to manipulate. So either you're manipulating a situation or you really need help and you don't know which way to go. Either way, the answer is cut the bullshit and just speak your truth. We're going to put that aside. We're going to bring the shadow and light and see what it is that's stuck in your craw, that's preventing you from being the Leo you know you are, but you're purposefully behaving in an immature way so that you don't be who you are. Let chance play a creative role in your life. Life is a mosaic. You can overthink it as much as you want, and the pieces are going to change the minute you take action. It's always changing. It's always in flux. Overthinking is a trap. Shatter the mind. Follow your heart. If your heart's in pain, what's the remedy? If your heart is in pain, what's the remedy? Leos, you have been on my channel for almost 4 years. And this is to family, friends, every Leo out there. You guys overthink shit so much and then you get tired of overthinking it and you shut down and you become ice cold. The sun turns into a fucking, snow world. There's no sunlight anymore. The Leo retracts its light. because it's exhausted, it overthinks, it doesn't want to do anything anymore, it just wants to sit there and sleep. When all you need to do for your life, in any situation of your life where you feel stuck, is to make peace with how much time you sabotaged yourself overthinking and take action to change things. It's so fucking simple that some of you are probably getting really, really, really irritated with this message because it's so simple. You're probably like, what do you mean it's so simple? I can't just go and tell this person I love them. They're married. Well, then why are you falling in love with a married person? Do you hate yourself that much? Oh, I can't go and tell them they were a narcissist in the past. Well, weren't you attracted a narcissist? Doesn't that mean that you were one also? Are you still that person? Then no, right? You're not that same person you were back then. So how can you be so arrogant in assuming that everyone you knew is still the same person as well? It's kind of like one of my family members. 10 years ago, there were some horrible things that happened in my life that I was blamed for. And I took responsibility for it because I didn't want to argue that I didn't deserve it or whatever. I was like, sure, whatever, bye. And I distanced myself from them. For years, I was blamed and accused of not being someone gentle, someone kind, because of the abuse I was put through. I was abused the fuck out of the word abuse. Like the word abuse just was like nothing because of how much I went through. And years later, one of my family members told me, you didn't change really. You're still that. We know how it happens when you get angry. We know you have that violence in you. You're damn right I do, bitch. Because y'all people were stabbing me with fucking knives in my back while smiling to my face and then stealing money from me. You thought I was going to just keep my mouth shut? And just sit there and think about how I'm going to get out of a situation for fucking decades? Bye. You want to heal this? You got to make peace with your past. You want to make peace with your past? You're going to have to get out of this and accept that this has happened and ground the energy of what you want to manifest into the world. You want peace? Make peace with the past. You want to not be connected to someone anymore? Well, you can sit there and cut cords all you fucking want. But eventually, you're going to have to do the adult thing and communicate and say goodbye or hello, whether in this life or in another. You must make peace with your past. We all do. You cannot go forward into the future with one of your legs in the past and your heartstrings connected to people who you claim hurt you, but you're wounded because they're not communicating with you. It's time to call the storm on your own life because you're surrounded by a lot of these scattered pieces of your own mind that aren't letting you move forward. And the way to get through this is to bring a little bit of righteous anger into your life at yourself. Because you and yourself, and only you and yourself, have taken advice from people who were not intending that advice to assist you for your highest and greatest good. They were giving you that advice to fracture your mind into overthinking even more. So utilize that energy, return it to sender, call the storm, clear the fragments, reintegrate yourself, and communicate. If you need help, communicate with someone who you think can help you, someone that you haven't been in communication with yet, because the people around your life aren't very beneficial for you. I don't know if you've noticed. Most of them are really into addictions. I'm tasting alcohol in my mouth, like a bitter wine. Clear it out, dude. Clear it out. I don't get what the fucking problem is. It's almost like you hexed yourself with this situation and you're just, again, make peace with your past. Oh, wow. You can't keep sacrificing today for tomorrow. You can't. You know what happens when you keep sacrificing today for tomorrow? You end up clicking like on memes and Facebook posts that tell you, oh, I regret not meeting you earlier when we were children. We lost so much time together. And your ass is sitting there wasting the time you have now with full knowledge and foresight that eventually you're going to be an old man or an old woman and you're going to be really full of regret and grief because you didn't do the thing you wanted to do when you felt you were young and pretty and beautiful and handsome, and you could have had that beautiful life with somebody you really like, a job you really enjoy, living in a neighborhood you really love. But you yourself did not put that work into it, not towards that goal. You put work into little goals here and there, over there, here and there, like little sparkles in a heart. When all you wanted was to put that heart back together, but you went all the way around. And you're like, ooh, sparkly, sparkly, sparkly. Yeah, but you're wasting time, Leo. Time is an illusion. You have eternity, but your physical body right now still believes that you're aging and decaying, doesn't it? So your mind is in one place thinking you have eternity to make decisions. Your physical body's like, yo, bro, what's going on here? And your heart's like, I'm in pain. Please help me, heal me. And then your mouth isn't even acknowledging your mind or your heart or your body. Your mouth is just chugging one addiction after another, whether it's sugar, alcohol, cigarettes, weed, sex, gossiping, going out all the time, oversleeping, overworking, overeating, over distractioning yourself. You're doing everything you can to not do the one thing you know you're supposed to be doing, which is making peace with your past so you can acknowledge that you're already in your future and your future is your present and you're supposed to move in accordance with the energy of your future as your present. But you can't do that when you got strings connecting you to the past, can you? And if you keep trying to snip these cords, they're just going to keep regrowing. If you try to uproot those cords, then the remnant of the energy remaining within you will blossom another cord. Because the only thing that can truly dissolve a cord and a connection between two people is communication between those two people. Otherwise, you'll think you're done with it in this life, and then in the next life, they come back as your boss so that you can communicate with them from a place of respect instead of what you've done in this life, which is from a place of ego and arrogance and denial. Up to you, Leo. Up to you. It's your life path, it's your journey, it's your destination, it's your whatever. But if you want advice from spirit, from me, from your guides, from the earth, talk. And if you're not going to talk, then at the least, and this is a message that applies to relationships, separated people, twin flames, soul tribes, etc. If you guys aren't going to come together, then at least do what you're supposed to be doing here together by yourselves so that the end product can come into the collective consciousness as a whole. So if you're sitting here doing this, and your partner is sitting there doing that, and your boss is sitting there doing that, and your granny's sitting there doing that, but none of you are actually sitting there communicating to each other, what happens? This. You have the end product for someone else to go, oh, what's this? The queen of the world. Addicted. Reveal your gifts. Downcast the pride. Sacrifice what you can sacrifice. And forget and remember yourself. Now, if these are things from two different people and they're being brought together, it's one message. But if two separate people are doing this because they don't want to come together, then we can split the message apart in another way. One person feels like they're too arrogant and they're addicted to their arrogance and their gifts and they're, not revealing them because they're afraid of who they are, but they're actually a very powerful person once they get rid of their addictions that are glued to them from the past. The addictions that they are using as a boundary. Oh, I can't talk right now. I'm going out for a smoke break. Oh, I can't lift that up right now. My back hurts. Oh, I can't meet you right now because I'm dealing with a hangover. Fuck out of here. And this other side of it, pride. More things to be let go of, such as addictions. And then being in that situation because you've forgotten yourself. Instead of looking through that mask, you covered your sight to forget who you really are, so that you can continue in your addictions, play the victim, and avoid taking responsibility. Leo, I feel like I'm scolding my child. Samadhi, perfect acceptance. Everything you desire will come to you as soon as you accept your mistakes and your behavior and adjust accordingly. There's someone in the midst who really does not like hearing what's being said on this channel, or me, or you. Be aware of who this person is, because they keep you in a state of Two of Swords, confusion. They don't show you the path. They don't tell you the possible outcomes in the path. They don't guide you to which path has more light or more dark. They don't really analyze the situation for you. They just sit there and tell you, there's no way to go. It's all bad. It's evil. It's this. It's that. That bitch. They stink. They do this. They're cheating. They're drinking. Like, fuck you. Fuck you. That person that's giving you this energy could be 2 to 3 people, maybe 5. They don't care about you. They care about feeding the energy of revenge within them so that they can become the epitome of revenge in flesh. And we all know what happens to that. They get thrown into the pit. Wow! This flopped out right again. I call upon the forces of light, Archangel Michael, Yeshua, Mary Magdalene, Great Virgin Mother, Mother of God. Eliminate this energy from those viewing with highest love and the greatest good for all involved, with harm to none. Get that out into this garbage pile. Leo, take a deep breath. Drink a glass of water slowly. Honor yourself. Balance your life out. Remember who you are and connect with your own vibration. Honor yourself and the creative force within you, and recognize who you really are, your light and your dark, and stop pretending to be a muggle. Leo, I'm hoping the next time I see you, your heart will be pure instead of artificial. I hope that the next time we communicate with each other, whether it's through this video, whether I see you in real life, whether we see each other in the next life, whoever you are, wherever you are, whether you're my niece, my brother, I hope that you have made peace with yourself and accepted that you have been artificial, that you almost got assimilated into the Borg, and that you bored your life for a very long time. And someone said this to me a while ago, or not to me, it was on a video I was watching, that someone had committed suicide on years of their life while still being alive because they just didn't do anything. They didn't take action. They allowed their life to fade away. Why would you do that to yourself? Why would you close out your heart so you can't feel how much you're hurting yourself, Leo? It's sad. It's honestly sad, and I hope you can take care of this, because what you're doing to yourself, Leo, or what someone's doing to you, is purely based on revenge to keep you stuck and to keep you away from that which makes you happy. Yet again, honor the creative mystical force within you. Leo, your life is about to change drastically for the better the moment you make this decision to stop listening to snakes whispering in your ear. Take care of yourself.